top 10 hits end Beatles. Han har solgt mere end 85 millioner albums på verdensplan. George Michael er en af verdens største stjerner, og om et par uger så giver han 4 koncerter i Danmark. Min kollega Morten Ræsen fik et eksklusivt interview med ham i London. Velkommen, Morten.
Tak.
Altså, det er jo meget sjældent, han giver tv-interviews. Så da du blev ringet op og spurgt, er det dig, der skal over og snakke med ham? Hvad tænkte du så?
Så tænkte jeg først, altså som i... Altså
ham?
Altså bare dig, mig og ham, eller... og så da de har sagt ja, og prøvet, det er dig, og det er ham, og det skal nok gå, og så tænker jeg, at det bliver aflyst. Og så da jeg fandt ud af, at det gjorde det faktisk ikke, så blev jeg panisk angst. Fordi han er sådan en mand, som man helst ikke vil tabe ansigt over for. Når man så endelig sidder der, vil man godt gøre det, altså vil man gøre det rigtig godt, også fordi jeg er kæmpe George Michael-fan. Han er jo altså en af de største, der overhovedet er i musikverdenen, så jeg blev...
Men så opstod der en forhindring, sådan nærmest umiddelbart, inden du skulle tage i dørhåndtaget og ind og møde ham.
Jeg var faktisk kommet ind på hotelværelset, hvor vi skulle lave det her interview. I øvrigt en tweete til 50.000 i døgnet, vil jeg bare lige sige.
Klart.
Jamen, det er jo fordi, når man skal interviewe de her store stjerner, så får man jo tit en eller anden lang mail og liste over ting, man ikke må spørge om privatliv og Og det har jeg ikke fået her. Og så tænkte jeg, fantastisk, så har jeg rigtig meget, jeg gerne vil spørge.
Det er en meget stor swimmingpool af mulige spørgsmål.
Så jeg begyndte at skrive en masse spørgsmål om alt det, jeg rigtig gerne vil vide noget om. Og der var ikke nogen, der sagde noget, og tænkte, så lad jeg være med at spørge. Og så 1,5 minut inden George Michael træder ind i det her lokale, så kommer der sådan en præstdame hen og siger, du ved godt, at interviewet kun må handle om turnéen, ikke? Og så stod jeg der med mit digerværk af spørgsmål, som handler om alt andet end det. Og så sagde jeg, det har jeg altså ikke fået at vide, så nu det kan det ikke. Jo, det var meget vigtigt for dem, at det var omdrejningspunktet. Og så satte der så ellers 3 pressedamer, helt paranoide, nede på gulvet, lige ved siden af min stol. Det kan man ikke se i billedet, men de sidder lige ved siden af, så de kigger op på mig sådan her. Og så er de klar til at gribe ind, og spørger om noget, jeg ikke må om. Og så tænker jeg bare, prøv at høre, ved du hvad, jeg skal ikke se dem igen. Nu må det briste eller bære, så må I springe på mig, hvis det er. Så spørger jeg om det, jeg har planlagt.
Og så møder du ham endelig, og han er helt klart med på at tale om alt muligt andet end turnéen. Kommer her.
George Michael, thank you very much for letting me be here today.
My pleasure.
And I have to say, in the very beginning, you look amazing.
Oh, do I? You've never met me before,
but you look
so
amazing.
You've kind of got nothing to compare it to.
I want to copy your diet.
Well, actually, I've you know, of the many things that have happened over the last year, one of them is I dropped quite a lot of weight that I was carrying on the last tour and didn't realise I was carrying, and that obviously I think that probably I'm looking a little less bloated.
No, you look...
Actually, there are a couple of reasons. One is the obvious. There's an obvious reason why I'm eating a lot less, right? Which I won't go into. It's obvious, but also on the last tour, I was taking some steroids to protect my throat. And I think steroids, actually, you retain weight or water or whatever. So I was not only eating too much, but I was on these steroids that I think helped my voice, to protect my voice. But I was carrying around almost 2 stone more. And I didn't feel fat, but that's quite a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Og så var I ligesom i gang.
Jeg tænkte, når han begyndte at lægge ud med slankekuren og steroiderne, så gav jeg den bare gas med spørgsmålene.
Men uanset hvad han vejer, og uanset om han tager steroider eller ej, så har han jo en fuldstændig fantastisk stemme. Og det er jo den, der har formet hans karriere, som jo har været... Hvis du skal give et kort rids over den, hvordan har den så været?
Jamen, så har den været meget turbulent. Ikke så meget på musikfronten, mere i virkeligheden i alt det andet, det der handlede om George Michaels privatliv, alt det uden for musikken. Altså, han startede i Wham sammen med sin barndomsven Andrew Ridgeley, og var et kæmpe hit sammen med ham i op gennem 80'erne. Kæmpe popdreng. Og så udgav han sin første solosingle, Careless Whisper, og den blev et kæmpe hit. Så gik han solo, og så han har faktisk, jeg vil gerne opgradere jeres 85 millioner plader til faktisk, hvis man tæller rigtigt efter, så, og alle plader med, så har han solgt mere end 100 millioner plader på verdensplan. Men så kommer der jo så alt det andet, fordi meget af hans karriere har jo handlet om alt andet end musik, om hans seksualitet, om alle skandalerne og så videre, så videre. Så det har været meget turbulent, ikke så meget på musikfronten, men mere på, kan man sige, George Michael-fronten.
Og det der med hans privatliv, som har været genstand for voldsom interesse, det talte du også med ham om. Kom her.
What has it done to your life to say, yes, I'm George Michael, I'm gay, I'm proud of it?
Well, to be honest with you, I can't think of any other gay celebrity whose life got harder after they came out. You know, after 14 years or so of living as an out gay man to the public. I mean, I was living as an out gay man in my personal life, and the boyfriends I had, I held hands with them in the street.
You actually did that?
Yeah, I did that stuff.
I
did that stuff. I never lived differently.
Oh.
I told my my friends, some of my friends when I was very young, told some of my friends when I was in my mid-20s, and didn't tell my parents, they're normally the last to know, until my partner died in 1993. But the point is, I've lived as a gay man and not really written about the issues other than my personal relationships. If I can be really honest about this, and this is not my ego talking, although it's very flattering, the truth about me seems to be that my sexuality, for an awful lot of women, didn't seem to make a difference in terms of their feelings about me after I came out. I mean, you know, you have to go to the shows to see that.
Actually, I should ask for my female colleagues, you know, they said, ask him, are you sure you're gay, George Michael? Please
Believe
ask
me,
him.
I've got friends that still ask me that. No, I haven't.
Are you sure?
No, I haven't. No, I'm very sure. Okay. These days I'm very sure. There was a day, but these days I'm very sure. I think it's caused me a great deal of... it's put me in a kind of unique position to be an out gay performer with a very large female fan base that stays. It's made life more difficult for me because it means my sex life is still a fascination to the straight public. I think it means that, I mean, there are things I could tell you that would blow you away that haven't actually been publicised, but the attempts to invade my private life and my private space have been quite ludicrous, some of them. And if I were gay and was not attractive to women, this would not happen to me. You know, I hate to say it, but, you know, there are quite a lot of gay musicians over the years who've come out, and because they didn't have much of a female following, nobody cares what they do. You know, no one cares where they put their penis, basically. And unfortunately, that didn't happen for me. What happened was everyone seemed to care more. And so I've been chased around, and my life has been spied upon, and I've tried to live it anyway, because I believe that I live in probably the most lucky generation of gay men ever, in terms of having a community, in terms of having fantastic kind of sexual freedom, and I'm not going to pass that up for the press.
Men det, at han er bøsse, har altså gjort ham voldsomt interessant. Men han har jo også været involveret i sådan nogle meget pikante sager, som bestemt ikke har gjort interessen mindre. Hvis du sådan lige skal highlighte et par af dem.
Den største, det var jo den meget berømte på det her toilet i Beverly Hills, hvor han er ude at cruise, fordi han savner lidt sjov i gaden, om man så må sige. Og så går han ind på det her toilet, og han begynder at lægge an på en anden mand. Det viser sig så desværre for George Michael, at det er en politimand i civil. Og så bliver han altså anholdt, og det er faktisk der, han efterfølgende...
For det er forbudt den slags på offentlige toilet.
På alle måder. Ja. Det er i USA jo. Og så kan man sige, derefter, det er faktisk først der, han går ud offentligt og siger, okay, jeg er homoseksuel, og han laver faktisk en hel video til nummeret Outside, som beskriver hele den her episode.
Vi lige så et klip af før, hvor han er klædt ud som politimand, og de
og
danser.
Der er helikopter ude omkring toilettet osv. Og så er han også blevet anholdt i en bil for at være i besiddelse af hash og crack, og senest har han været i fængsel her omkring juletid, fordi han blev taget i, og han kørte ind i en butik i sin firehjulstrækker, fordi han havde simpelthen røget meget hash. Han røg usandsynligt mange joints på et tidspunkt. Det han efter sigende, det siger han har stoppet lidt med. Det er også en af grundene til, at han har tabt sig.
Men altså alt det her, det summer bare op til mega interesse for hans person, og det kan jo være rigtig svært at manøvrere i, og det snakker du mere om her.
Living the life you live, you know, with all the focus on you as a person, how does that affect your life? You know,
terribly. I think it's ruined certain aspects of my life. But you know, the old saying about you can't have everything, and it's, you know, swings and roundabouts. It's very true. You don't get any massive privilege in life without paying a price for it. It just seems to work that way. I think that's the balance of life.
But you know, when you kind of like...
It's had catastrophic effects on my personal life, and really makes me wonder sometimes whether my life has been as important as the work that I've made in terms of, you know, where I've put my priorities.
What is so fantastic in your life that you can actually, you know, live the way you do with all
music? If it wasn't music, if I wasn't absolutely driven, and if I didn't find it impossible to live without music, then I wouldn't be doing this anymore.
So you're actually happy?
I'd say I haven't been happy with fame since I was 22, right? So I've wished I was someone else since I was 22, because I hate the effect it has on friendships, on relationships, on your privacy. I hate it, all of it. But I love the fact that that I've been given the ability to make music, and And I'm a kind of slave to that. And I think I try to manoeuvre emotionally through the difficulties as best I can. But I am my mother's son in that privacy would be everything to me. I think the way I've been treated as a gay man by the media is absolutely despicable. And I think their treatment of me has been a negative to young gay people, to look at the fact that you can be so successful and still be reduced to your sexuality.
Is it possible to be George Michael, you know, just like living a normal life like me?
I do my best. I really do my best. People would be quite surprised.
Okay.
You know, and and now that I don't have a driver's license, people will be quite surprised the places they'll see me catching a cab, for instance, right? But I try my hardest. It's got harder and harder. In a weird way, your fame, the longer it lasts, the stranger it gets. People think it must get easier, but actually it gets stranger. The longer people have been watching you in 2D, the weirder it is when they see you in 3D. You know what I mean? I don't mean on 3D telly, I mean coming at them in the street.
Well, I have that, you know, sitting right here, right now.
Oh, okay. Well, the thing is, though, yes, so people's responses to you get stronger and stranger. But I still try very hard. I'm not saying I don't wish it was different. But yeah, I cope with it fairly well. I think I cope with it pretty well. I'm not crazy yet.
Skal måske lige sige, altså han er jo ikke en klynker. Jeg tror bare, han er rigtig, rigtig ærlig. Han er bare virkelig åben om, hvordan han har haft det med det at være berømt.
Og han kommer jo altså til Danmark om et par uger. Han har været her før, og han har et meget særligt forhold til os danskere. Det kan vi godt lide.
You mean a lot to, you know, hundreds of millions of people, you know, people have made babies to your music.
A lot. I think for a gay man, I'm totally responsible for a lot of procreation.
Yeah.
From afar, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, I'm going to tell a little bit story from my personal life, because I bought my wife tickets for your show, the first show ever on Danish soil on the 25 Line Tour.
Okay.
And actually, I had to go on work, so she had to go with a friend. I couldn't join her.
Was it Copenhagen?
Yeah. And then actually in the middle of the concert, she called me up and said, something is happening here tonight. I cannot explain what's happening. People here will remember this for their whole life.
Well, I felt this, but the thing is, I feel the same way about those audiences. And I have to say, this is not bullshit. I don't say this in every interview or anything.
No.
The best and most puzzled I was at how incredible the reaction to me is in Denmark. Of all the places that I hadn't visited for all those years. Honestly, I think there were probably more people outside the hotel in Denmark than anywhere on the entire tour. And the response of those people, the shows were phenomenal, which is why I came back and played more. You know?
Actually the final, I think.
And yeah, I came back and you know, I played that all together. I think I played that stadium, that mini stadium, 3 times.
Yeah.
And it was just phenomenal.
1, 2, 3, go!
It was the best reaction in the world. It was so different to touring the best part of 20 years before, where yes, I'd given people 5 or 6 years of pleasure. Such a stud. 5 or 6 years of pleasure. And then coming back 20 years later, it was like people genuinely wanted to show me what an impact that music, 25 years worth of music had on them. So that makes sense to me, your girlfriend's very complimentary, but your girlfriend saying that I think is great.
You are going on tour again. In August you actually kick off the Symphonica tour in Denmark with 3 shows. It's going to be a very different experience. Why do Symphonica?
Well, one, because I do think there is one more kind of big bells and whistles tour. I thought, you know, years ago, I thought it would probably be the last one, but we'll see. All I know is that this is not going to be the last tour. To be at 48 and know that you have the creative freedom and that people will still listen to you know, changes in direction in what you do is an incredible privilege. The fact is, I'm extremely excited and extremely nervous about doing a completely different type of show than anyone I've done before. There's a lot more work involved in rearranging all these songs, and visually, I think it will be something. I'm not going to expect people to go there and just watch an orchestra and marvel at the, you know, the beauty of my voice and whatever. It's going to be quite a technologically challenging event as well.
Thank you for, you know, being the way you are, both on stage and off stage, and
Thank you.
sitting here today. And we're looking very much forward to see you on tour in Denmark.
Okay, I hope I don't let you down because you didn't let me down last time, that's for sure.
Okay, and I hope you didn't feel that I invaded your private life.
No.
Thank you so much, George Michael, for
thank
taking
you.
time for me.
Good to meet you.
Nå, og så var der lige lidt om turnéen, men de der 3 damer, der har siddet vagthund på gulvet, hvad sagde de til alt det andet? Fordi han er jo meget åben om en hel masse meget private ting.
Jeg tror, det er jo det, der er med de der kæmpe stjerner. De behøver ikke alle de der tosser, som skal sidde og kontrollere alting for dem, fordi i virkeligheden, når de så selv kommer ind, så er de fuldkommen ligeglade. Han vil gerne, altså han giver sig sjældent interviews, og han er så klog, så han ved godt, men prøv at høre, hvis folk skal gide at høre på det her, så skal jeg jo sige et eller andet, som er interessant. Og det endte faktisk med, at damerne dernede på gulvet, på række i pitbull-rækken der, de så, at han faktisk startede med slankekuren, så tænkte de nok også, at det kører, han er glad. Og man kan ikke høre det her, men det allerførste, der er nogen, der siger, det er de der damer, der siger, marvelous, marvelous. Og så
det hele så event, hele stemningen undervejs.
Og bare, altså, han
hvordan
er bare...
havde du det bagefter, da du vaklede ud af det der hotelværelse til 52.000 per nat?
Ja. Jeg har det faktisk også helt sådan lidt dårligt, eller sådan lidt, når man ser det nu her. Jeg vil bare sige, han er bare... Jeg synes virkelig, han er cool. Jeg havde respekt for ham. Jeg har endnu mere respekt for ham nu, fordi han er super talentfuld. Han er også et fantastisk menneske, og så er han noget så sjældent som klog pop- og rockstjerne.
Og så kommer han altså til Danmark, og de 3 koncerter, han talte om her, det bliver faktisk til 4. Han giver en ekstra. Han kommer til Herning, han kommer til København. Det foregår fra 31. august til 3. september. Jeg ved, du vil være at finde dig, Morten.
Ja.
God aften, Danmark.